Before we start today, I have to tell you about State Farm agent Bryant. A lot of our listeners have gone to him for all their insurance needs, and he's been very helpful in getting them the coverage they deserve. No games with Bryant. He's just here to help and make sure you feel safe. So if you have insurance needs and you haven't called him yet, what are you waiting for? Dial up the number, 630-796-2662. That's 630-796-2662. Or find him online at ryanismyagent.com. That's ryanismyagent.com. And make sure to mention Sports Talk Chicago. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I want to start today with this. If we want to see something, we have to be slapped in the face. We are too delusional as people to pick up subtle signs, even obvious signs. It's like when someone's about to get married, you know, the groom's friend will slap him a couple of times and say, hey, do you really want to do this? And they'll say yes, they'll hug, and then they'll celebrate. We are such delusional people. We never want to admit this is happening till we're slapped. The truth has to slap us in the face for us to bat an eye. That's an issue. We've been given the ability of common sense. We don't use it. We ignore it. We want to believe something else. We want to hope this can't be it. But eventually, true colors come out and we see it. I want to read you a couple of articles before the 2021 Major League Baseball season that were written about your Chicago Cubs. Quote, in 2017, I watched Jake Arrieta throw what we all thought would be his last game as a Cub, and I wrote this piece where I talked about Jake's role with the Cubs as the stopper. In 2021, the Cubs need him to bolster a rotation, led by Kyle Hendricks, so let's take a look at his numbers. And maybe, with a little luck, the Cubs will reach the postseason, and we'll see if Arrieta is still the stopper he's always been in October. That's right. One of everybody's favorite writers wrote, hey, watch out for Jake Arrieta and the Cubs in October. No one batted an eye. No one said a word. It's official. Jake is back. Even NBC Sports Chicago tweeting out, he's back. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. You know, everybody's pretty lucky. I've been gone the past couple of weeks. I've been sick. Couldn't move from my bed. So I missed the trade deadline. Sorry, I missed some of the stuff that happened with the Bulls. I missed Bears practice, Justin Fields, Andy Dalton. But I'm back. All of this rage has been pent up inside of me for 2 weeks. I sat on my phone in bed, and I marveled at what I saw, the reactions I saw from people about this Cubs team and the trade deadline. And about where they are today. I have had it up to here. You guys don't know, I've been waiting for this moment. And it's here. I'm back. All of you delusional Cubs fans who have no clue what you're talking about, where are you today? I got obliterated in the offseason when I said the Cubs should rebuild. I was told to get bent. I was threatened. I was called the F word. Now look where they are. Now look at all these fan accounts whom you trust reversing. See, at first they said he's back, Arrieta's back, Cubs could be a playoff team. With some luck, Arrieta could be the stopper in October. Arrieta had a 7 ERA. He should have never been signed in the first place. And everybody rejoiced. People thought they were getting 2015 Jake Arrieta. You're crazy. I've had enough of this team. I've had enough of the people who follow them too. We have respected people who said the Cubs will be a playoff team this year. Didn't you see the writing on the wall? No, you didn't. You had to be slapped in the face at the trade deadline. And then everybody's wondering why these guys are gone. None of them performed. Hello? Are you watching these games? Do you not remember the 12-game losing streak with all of your favorite players not performing? And you could say what you want. They're still not performing now. Hey, Javier Baez is horrible in New York. Wait a minute. Everyone wanted him extended. Right, let's extend a guy who strikes out 200 times and walks 20. Good idea. I'll never forget this. Before the season, I had a spirited debate. One of my friends, who's the better shortstop in Chicago, Javier Baez or Tim Anderson? I said Anderson. Everybody said Baez. You know what? I've had enough of Baez. I don't care about his glove. I don't care that the guy hits 30 home runs. You're hitting under 250. You're striking out 200 times. You are not the best shortstop in Chicago. You shouldn't be on a major league team. That's a fact. I don't care what anybody says. And too bad for Anthony Rizzo. I know he's the captain, great guy. He is a Cubs legend, to his credit. Couldn't get it done this year. Hey, Kris Bryant was hitting 340 back in May. Went down to 260. And his numbers regressed. Everybody regressed. Here's the best part, too. Cubs got back, for all of these trades, 13 top 30 prospects. And guess what? People aren't happy. Why did you trade away my favorite player? How am I going to explain to my kids what happened? Deal with it. Grow up. What do you want them to be in misery forever? These were the best moves that they had to make. They should have been made 2-3 years ago. Now, because it took so long, we're going to have to wait. Everybody needs to calm down when it comes to the Cubs. Really. I'm sick of it. And the best thing is, the thing that really gets me heated is the flip-flopping. Last winter, I made countless videos and dedicated a lot of time on my radio program to this team, to rebuilding, to moving towards the future. I was laughed at like it was a joke. Now we have everybody who's accredited saying the same thing. All of you were late to the party. And none of you should get any credit for it. Stop bowing down to the bandwagon. I have an original thought. It was pretty obvious to everybody, whether they wanted to say it or not, that this team was going nowhere. I have no clue why it wasn't said. When you finish 8 games over 500 in a shortened 2020 season and win the division, shouldn't that be a warning sign? And then everybody said, well, this division's so weak, the Cubs could just waltz through. No, they're not good. They are not a good team. My goodness. You have to forgive me. Maybe I'm a little bit too testy. Been on my bed for a couple of weeks. But I've seen the reaction to the trade deadline. I've seen the reaction to how the Cubs are today. 1-10 in this month. 7.94 ERA. What did you expect? What do you want? That's the real question. What do you want as a Cubs fan? I don't know. I don't know what people want. You got all these great fans, all these great accounts, blue check marks, telling everybody this is good now. But the same people 5 months ago said, you're wrong, you're crazy. No. This is what needed to happen. And if you don't like it, there's another team. Go follow another team. They're doing pretty damn good right now. Go follow them. Cubs fans have really become way too spoiled. And everybody who's a fan has been a fan since 2015. Seriously. There are very few people I know who know the history of the Cubs. Know how they used to be called the lovable losers. Know how there were about 10 or 11 times, you could count them on two hands, in which they made the playoffs and made some sort of run. Everybody's saying this is the greatest era in Cubs history. 1906 to 1910 begs to differ. I'm just saying. I've had enough. Had enough of these bank fans, enough of people saying what they think is correct when they're late to the party. Could you just be honest? Did you think objectively? I'm not someone with a huge following, but I know my audience. I know they come to me for the truth. Lots of people go to other people for the quote-unquote truth. Don't mislead people. Don't tell them the Cubs are going to make the playoffs. Don't say, quote, maybe with a little luck, Cubs will reach the postseason, and we'll see if Arrieta is still the stopper he's always been in October. What? Did you honestly believe Jake Arrieta, after those couple of years in Philadelphia, was going to come in and be a stopper? Quote, Jake provides a much more reliable option at number 2 or number 3 behind Kyle Hendricks, and mixes up the very similar looks. Hendricks, Alec Mills, and Zach Davies will get batters. Wait a minute. I think my heart just palpitated. He's a reliable 2 or 3? This is what people are saying? Accredited writers saying he would have been a reliable 2 or 3? Do you follow baseball? Do you know who he is? What he's done? No, you don't. Because you're acting as a fan, and you're not acting as an objective reporter. Told you. No holding punches today. Because I've been appalled and shocked at the reaction I've seen to the Cubs trade deadline and to the aftermath for this team. Appalled and shocked. I've never seen more negativity for a good thing than people spin it around and actually say it's a good thing after saying it was negative before. That's the thing that gets me. You've got all these respected people, beat writers, journalists, columnists, who say, no, it's not time to rebuild yet. You're the crazy one. Now the rebuilding, hey, good idea. What? Get your facts right. I got articles right here disproving everybody. Get your facts straight. Go back, watch my videos, listen to my programs. You know where I've always stood on this. Now it's the popular opinion. Now it's okay to say it. Now the rebuild's a good idea. Trading away Baez, Rizzo, Bryant, great choice. I've had enough. You should realize by now, all of those moves will benefit them in the future. We're talking about 2 or 3, 4 years from now. If you want this team to be great again, you better embrace these moves and move on. Sorry, nothing else to say. If you're hoping for another World Series championship, for an actual division winner, you should be rejoicing. It's not anyone's fault but the Core's that they couldn't perform. Everyone's favorite players lost their gusto after 2016. Fine, so be it. Move on. There's no need to sit here and lament and cry and mourn for what happened. Your team won a damn World Series. You broke a 108-year drought. What more do you want? Instead of lamenting, why not give the players the blame? They didn't perform. Why not give Theo Epstein the blame for trading away everybody for Jose Quintana in 2017? Horrible move. Signing guys that weren't needed afterwards. People need to start waking up and seeing reality. This is reality, not fairy tale land. Not, hey, the Cubs are actually a good team. They could contend in October. You know, at this point, all you can do is sit there and laugh and smile when you see these articles. Contend in October? Are you kidding me? You know, you should have your credentials revoked for even suggesting it. Even suggesting this team was going to be good. Did you not see the warning signs? Did you not know where they stood? Shameful. You're misleading people. See, people actually thought entering this season the Cubs could possibly make the playoffs. Where did that idea come from? Wasn't it obvious that this team was not going to be good? No, it wasn't. Because as I said to open up this show, unless we're slapped in the face, we don't see anything. So everybody had to be slapped with a 12-game losing streak and trading away everybody to see, oh, wait a minute, this team isn't good. When it was so apparent from 2018, 2019. But nope, no one wanted to see it. He'll be back. You're crazy. Couple of signings, they'll be fine. You're a contrarian. You're a hater. You don't know what you're talking about. No. Because look what happened. What I've been saying for 3 years. I'm not saying you have to listen to me. I know many of you tune in just for the entertainment because you like to see me get mad. Fine. But at least think for yourself. Don't listen to blue check marks. Don't think, oh, he said they're going to be good, so they must be. No. Look at the team and do your research. Evaluate their stats. You should have seen last year this was not a good team. You should have seen this offseason when you're touting Jake Arrieta to be a number 2 or number 3 starter. You should know, not going to work. You should know, big red flag. Think for yourself and realize that this rebuild is great. Should have happened years ago. It's happening now. No need to complain. No need to worry about everybody else. All the old core traded to other teams. No, it's over. Time to focus on today and tomorrow. The past is the past. They won a World Series, rewrote history. Great. Let's move on. Let's hope for another World Series. And let's stop dwelling on something that we knew was going to happen. More to come here on Sports Talk Chicago. My interview with Scott Merkin comes up next, so stay tuned.